know I've spoke of this before, but it's just coming. It's right around the corner. It's going to be here. And once cash is gone, once cash, the dollar, the Federal Reserve note even, I mean, once that's gone, there's going to be no more currency, really. There's going to be no more control. There's going to be no more, you have say in things. You have say in what you do and how you do it and when you do it. It's going to go away. My thought is there's going to be a barter sort of society, say that, as big or small as you want, but I feel there's going to be that to it, that element, which I will gladly be a part of, for sure, because at least there's some freedom and there's some choice. The choice is there's some way to do what you want when you want and get what you want without a control aspect of it. So think about this. If we are 100% digital, and it's not going to be digital like you and I know as a digital, like your bank account, your checking account. The future is telling us, at least telling me from what I've read from this Fed now, that they said had to be implemented on February 1st. You and I haven't felt it, but it's there. It's there. The groundwork's there. So it's going to be, everything's going to be Fed driven. So everything's going to be from the Federal Reserve. Once again, the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the federal government. It has nothing to do. It's no more federal government than Federal Express is. It's just a name. Federal Reserve is a private company. It's a group. It started out as a group of 6 banks for the most part, and they have nothing really to do with the federal government. They're as close to the federal government as a Federal Express, like I said. So once cash is gone, the dollar, once that stuff is done, then a whole bunch of stuff is going to be gone. There'll only be digits on a ledger. I mean, there's not going to be any, this is what I have in my bank account. It's going to be, there's just digits that you have on a ledger that someone else controls or other people control, whether that be probably at the government or at the Federal Reserve, a private company, like I said. They control. So they are the ones that it will end up turning out to be somewhat like China with a social credit score. Like I did a video on this that IMF is talking about. They want to, what you do and who you talk to and what you post and things you search online, they want that to affect your credit score. Same sort of deal. So with that in mind, if you're not shopping where you should shop, not buying what you should buy, if you're not participating in things like they see you should, or you're participating in things like they see you should not be, then is that going to cost you? Is there going to be a fee that comes out of your account, your FedNow account, your digits that you have to purchase things with, the essentials, food, water, shelter, all that kind of stuff? Are they going to say, well, if you do this, you'll get this amount. If you don't do this, there's going to be a fee to that. If you want to do this thing, there's going to be another fee involved. If you want to do this thing with XYZ, there's going to be an additional fee involved. Or you did this thing and we found out you did ABC also. Now here's a fee that goes along with that. Same with you want to buy firearms or ammunition. There's going to be a fee to that because you're shopping here, so it's going to cost you so much more. Versus if you shop in place A, you're going to get recognized and it's going to cost you less. So they're going to try to dictate what you do, dictate how you get around. Just think, and then they'll be in charge of interest. I mean, all interest. So there's many countries around here that have negative interest rates. So what that means is if you're holding so many digits in your account and every 30 days you'll lose more and more and more because that's negative. Because maybe it's called a fee because they're holding it for you. It's the fee to hold it. And you'll get this stimulus check, these stimulus digits, because they pass another stimulus bill, which seems like they're doing it every 6 months now. And if you don't spend it within a certain amount of time, they're going to take so much off of it, they'll say, to try to dictate how you're going to do, how are you going to spend it, how you're going to save, or if they want you to not save because they want it to stimulate, quote unquote, the economy, they're going to say you have 30 days to spend it or it's going to drop off by so much money. 60 days, it's going to drop off so much money. 75 days, it's gone. Poof, if you don't spend it by then. They could do that. They can control everything with it. Like I said, what you purchase, where you purchase from, who you talk with, who you associate with on social media, even through email, even through phone, text, who you do business with, who you hire to help you out, who you would like to give gifts to. It can get so far because they have so much control. There's no more freedom involved at all, except on the barter end of it. So that's where things are going. I mean, the only way I see that this is not going to continue to happen, because it's here, they have everything in place, they're pushing for this, but no one's acting, is if people get out of the system now and start a huge uproar to try the best they can to reverse things, which is very close to utterly impossible. So I'll use an example of something. Like the gym owner that just happened, right now we're January, into January, gym owner that happened earlier this month, he was supposed to be closed because of this whole cerveza sickness thing that, you know my thoughts on that. He was supposed to not stay open, he continued to stay open. Then they charged him fees and fines and threatened him with jail and this kind of stuff, and he wasn't paying because he thought they were unconstitutional. In my opinion, he was right. All of a sudden, he goes to his bank account, boom, they took it all. They took over $100,000 out. They wiped him out clean. That, in my opinion, and everything I've known, that's illegal. That's something that could not be done. That's something that you have to go through the courts with and that kind of stuff in order to get that sort of power or the okay to do that. Nope, they just pulled it off, everything he had in there. Hundreds of thousands or over $100,000 in there, out. So they're doing that now with what we have now, the digits we have now. What's going to happen when there's no more freedom, no more dollars with this purchasing thing they have, currency I call it, which is, it's not money. It's not. It's just not. Because money says it has a value and it doesn't lose value and it continues to grow and there's something you can look back at. It's solid. It's never changing. That's not what we have that they call money. What we have is just a fake money, if you want to call it that. It's just a fiat. It's just currency. It's equivalent to, like I said in the past, using poker chips, and once you're done playing, they're worthless. We're using chips at a casino. Once you're not there anymore, they're worthless. They mean nothing. That's as much value as this thing we're using now. They're worthless. It's very worthless. Once this whole thing is done, no one's going to want it. And my feeling it's going to be done sooner than later. That's what happens to every country that hyperinflates. And we're right on the docket for that, in my opinion. So, like that gym owner who got everything taken from him because he wanted to obey, it wasn't a law, it was a mandate that they're stating. The whole deal was, but a mandate's not a law at all. It's nothing. It's just to ask and ask again and ask even harder. Basically is what a mandate equates to. It's not constitutional. It's not a law. But they took over $100,000 off his account like nothing. So anyways, just think about that. This is on the docket. They're working towards it. We're doing what we can to try to get out of the system, to stay out of the system, and be ready for times of barter. You know, that's what we're doing. Just take a look into it. Do what you can for yourself. As always, thanks for watching. Stay vigilant. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your wealth. And protect your health.